Hey guys, it's Charlie. Today I'm really excited because it's a beautiful day. No, I'm just kidding. The reason I'm excited is because I'm gonna share with you guys what's inside my passport. I don't really remember some of the places that I've been, but going through this today with you guys will be very exciting for me to reminisce a little bit. I'll share a couple of memories from different countries I've been to, kind of like the first things that pop into my mind. This is my passport cover. I got this in Korea. It's the hanbok, which is the Korean traditional clothing. This is the women's, and on the back we have the women's and the men's. Inside of my passport cover, I have some, ticket thingies for boarding passes. I have this little sticker that I kept. It's a vegetarian meal sticker that I just kept from one of my meals on the airplane. And then inside my passport, I have some old photos that I kept from my long hair days. I call myself a full-time traveler, and for some people that might mean one thing, but for me that just means I'm constantly on the go, constantly exploring. But that doesn't mean I'm traveling every week to a new destination. For me that doesn't mean that, but for some that is what a full-time traveler is. For me, it just means I'm constantly looking for new ways to explore the world. Even if I'm living in a country long term, I'm still trying to find ways to be curious. So for me, that's what being a full-time traveler is, but for others, it might be something completely different. The reason I'm sharing this with you is because my passport is full. There are 27 pages in a US, well, technically 28 if you count this one with all the writing. I have stamps to the 24th page. Tomorrow I'm gonna be picking up my new passport, and I thought it would be great to reminisce with you guys. Right now I'm looking for my first ever passport stamp. It's kind of hard to see. What is this? August of 2008. It's a very, very faint stamp. This stamp is from Costa Rica. Costa Rica was actually my first place that I ever visited outside of the US. And that was actually the reason why I got my passport. I had no plans of having this big travel adventure. I was actually going on a missions retreat with the church that I had attended, and we were planning to go to Costa Rica for 2 weeks, and I was obligated to get this passport. Little did I know that I was going to end up needing this passport for the next 10 years. And it's crazy because I had no idea that applying for this passport and taking that first trip was going to lead to this whole adventure around the world, and even just sharing with you guys online. So I'm really happy that I got my passport, and I would really encourage any of you guys who don't have a passport yet to just go for it. Maybe you don't know what you're gonna do, where you're gonna go, you have no idea, but just apply for the passport, get it done. That way you have a passport. You never know when it's gonna come in handy. It does take some time to get, so just get it. By the way, this is gonna be one of those long chatty videos, so grab some tea and some popcorn. I have my tea here, not because it's trendy to drink tea in a video, but because I have a sore throat. So cheers. This is ginger tea with lime, because limes are big here. That trip was a crazy trip. We didn't really do any adventurous stuff aside from two things. But the reason we were there was we were teaching English to some orphans, and we were also kind of repaving some things and redoing some things for their play area. But we did get away for two things. One was a football game, soccer, and the other whitewater rafting. And I still remember to this day that we decided to flip over the raft, and I remember holding on to my leader, and I almost pretty much drowned her, because you're not supposed to be grabbing onto people when there's these waves. I was just kind of panicking. I only share the first stamp. Okay, the next stamp I'm gonna share with you guys is Korea. Korea was my first big move out of the US, and it was really exciting for me because I didn't really know what was gonna come of it. My only plan was to stay for a year. This is when I went to Korea. I'm not gonna go in order from here on out. And this is a passport stamp from China. And the funny thing is, I've actually never been to China, but the thing is, when you fly within Asia, there are a lot of stops in China. So they do stamp your passport even though you're not planning to like leave, you're just transferring, but they still stamp your passport. Even though I've never been there, I have a couple of those. Where is this? Don't know. And then this is my first Korea visa. It was very exciting for me because I worked really hard for it. Getting that visa was so complicated. It takes so long. Oh my gosh, that's my work visa. Re-entry visa for multiple entry visa for Korea. I want to talk about this really quickly. Korea was a place of lots of change for me. It was where I changed religion, discovered my sexuality, that I was bisexual, even exploring polyamory and open relationships. I had my first girl experience in Korea. There's so many things we can make other videos about. I had a lot of time of self-discovery, exploration, and Korea is definitely one of those places that will always be considered a home for me because it was a place where I, in a sense, grew up. And yeah, it's a happy place mostly, and a place where I hope to return someday to like just reminisce again. I have August 2011. These are kind of out of order. This is a trip that I went on with my boyfriend at the time. I remember eating a lot of fruit, seeing lady boys for the first time. It was a really good trip for me because that was my first time ever traveling with a boyfriend, and I really enjoyed that trip because of that first experience ever traveling with someone else. Korea stamp. Oh, I went to the Philippines January of 2012. In the Philippines, what did I do in the Philippines? Oh, that was my solo trip. I remember I was so skinny because my boyfriend, we broke up, and I was going through a rough time and I lost a lot of weight, and I did couch surfing. I think it was my first time ever doing couch surfing, if not my second. And I met someone there and we went to an island, to Bantayan Island, and we stayed there and we had this amazing experience. He did Reiki on me and it started raining. I also remember later in the day just throwing up all over my hotel room because I had gotten a massage, and apparently you're not supposed to get a massage after eating. I don't think it was food poisoning, but I pretty much threw up all over my hotel room, and it was a very traumatic experience, and it was just a lot. During that time, I had the feeling of, man, it would be really nice to travel with someone, like not just a friend. You know, I met this guy that I traveled with from couch surfing. He was a cool guy. We actually still stay in touch, but I wanted like a partner, like somebody that I traveled with, that, you know, we went through things together. My boyfriend and I had just not long ago broken up, and so it was just that experience. It was my first experience of being sick abroad and just really being like, you know, this is one of those times where it will be nice to travel with somebody. I like solo travel, but this is one of those times where it would be nice if someone could check up on me if I'm gonna die. Another Korea. Dang, Korea is gonna be all over this, this thing. Korea stamp. That's a Thailand stamp. That's a China stamp. This is the Philippines, and I have no idea what this stamp is. It's a triangle, but yeah. Next page. Oh, I have another Thailand stamp. You know, they stamp your passport when you come and go. I don't know how many. I've been to Thailand so many times. I have a Copenhagen stamp for Denmark because fast forward a long time later is when Annie and I were together, and we have Denmark because I went to visit her in Denmark. It's really confusing how all the passport stamps are so out of order. I have a Taiwan stamp, and Taiwan brings back so many good memories. Taiwan was a solo trip, and I remember staying at this banana hostel. That was a time that I ate so many bananas. Do you guys remember that? I still like bananas, but I don't eat bananas like I used to. But I was so obsessed with bananas that I stayed in a hostel that was themed bananas, and they even gave you free bananas for breakfast. The biggest thing I remember is eating these dumplings. I don't remember which outdoor kind of market it was, but I remember tasting these dumplings, and I bought like 5 of them, and they were big dumplings, and I ate all of them. Maybe I bought 10, I don't remember, but I ate a lot of them. They were so good. My main memory from Taiwan, I was in Taipei, is these dumplings. Like, I can't stop thinking about them, and if I go back, I'm gonna make sure to find that specific spot. I have no idea where it was, but I will find it and I will eat those dumplings again. Some departed Korea stamps. It's really confusing how these are so out of order. We have that I went to Korea. Korea. There's a Korea stamp. And these green stamps are Mexico. Mexico. Dang, Mexico brings back so many good memories. The food, the people. Oh my gosh, so many. I have so many amazing memories from Mexico, and then I have some bad memories. Blue corn quesadillas, and once I transitioned away from the cheese, I started eating them without cheese, and they probably thought I was crazy for ordering blue corn quesadillas sin queso. There's the pyramids. Oh my gosh, there's so many things. I have another kind of permission for change of status for Korea because I had a crazy principal who really didn't like me from the start. I had a racist experience in Korea with this situation. I'll put a link in the description if you guys want to see that. I shared that on Talk to Me in Korean, their channel. This was such a crazy experience for me. She didn't want to sign the contract even though the school had already agreed that I was going to be their teacher. So my visa expired for teaching, and I went through this whole ordeal, but finally it got signed and I was able to change my visa without leaving the country, thankfully. So next, okay, we have another Korea visa, which was my new visa that I finally got after much pain and suffering. I departed Korea and returning to Korea, back and forth. Where did I go? What is this? Oh, Canada. Yes, Annie and I went to Canada in 2016. This is my Canada stamp. I did a solo trip to Cambodia, and that experience was really good. I explored Siem Reap and Phnom Penh, and it was a great solo trip for me. I had a lot of fun just exploring, meeting people. Amsterdam. I actually never really went into detail with you guys about the whole Amsterdam situation and why I went to Amsterdam. I was in Denmark, and there's a reason I went to Amsterdam, and I will share that with you because I think a lot of you guys would be interested in this story. Amsterdam, obviously weed. That's not why I went to Amsterdam, but obviously it's known for weed. I got to stay with one of my friends that I met in Korea. He housed me, and that was great. My main thing that I remember is just wandering around and exploring the canals, but it was a very short trip, and you guys will see that in maybe I'll do a story time for that trip. Malaysia. Here are my Vietnam stamps, and this is my Malaysia stamp. Annie and I went to Malaysia. This is my other visa for Vietnam. This is a 1-year visa. I will share with you guys how I got a 1-year visa at some point. Lots of Vietnam. This whole page is pretty much Vietnam stamps. There's another stamp down at the bottom that I'm not sure. On the last page, we have more Vietnam stamps and 1 or 2 stamps that are missing because some countries that you go to, they actually don't stamp your passport. They don't stamp at all. The last place I was at was Hong Kong. Annie and I went to Hong Kong. There might be one place I'm missing because they didn't stamp my passport. I'm someone who likes to stay in a country for a long time. You know, Korea, I was there for 3.5 years. I was in Mexico for a year. I've actually been in Vietnam for 1 year as of this month. So woo, Vietnam 1-year anniversary. Thank you guys for watching. Be sure to give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed me sharing a few memories from my journeys with my first passport. Comment below some video ideas that you would like me to share with you guys. And I really like the feedback I've been getting in the comment section lately. So comment below. What was your first destination when you first took your trip? For those of you who don't have a passport yet, what's holding you back? Comment below. For those of you who are interested in working, teaching, or living abroad, I have my email down in the description box. I do offer Skype chats for those of you who are serious about getting an English teaching job abroad or just moving abroad. Maybe it's your first time and you want to, like, you know, feel a little bit more comforted and ask me some questions, get some guidance on a couple things, or you don't even know which country you want to go to and you need help deciding. Check out my email in the description for those of you who are serious. A special shout out to my patrons for helping me to support my channel a bit extra. If you would like to become a patron, please check the link to my Patreon in the description box, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!